All right, we're looking at this week's top 20. We were at the big one on Friday night. We got we got some clarity on that number one spot, Red Bank Catholic,
For right now, yeah.
solidifying that with the win over Donovan Catholic. And I agree, Donovan Catholic staying at number 3 off a close loss. That was a good, I like to see that they weren't docked anything for that. And this is going to be the conversation, I think, the rest of the year, Rob. Tom's River North or Red Bank Catholic as the number one team in the short. Here's a scenario I would throw out at you. Say RBC loses to Seton Hall Prep next week, a top 15 team in the state, very good program, and Tom's River North remains undefeated. Do they jump the Casey's, or is it just, hey, that's a tough non-conference?
Well, it will be discussed. It definitely will be. But you know what's great about our coaches top 20? Other
coaches
people
vote on it?
Coaches are voting on it. We just supply it and say, here we go. Yeah, that's a tough one because I would love to see RBC play Tom River North. Tom River North would present some more problems offensively, I think, than Donovan. But who knows? I mean, we're talking about a Group 5 school, too. They're not like a Point Borough team that's doing well in their Group 2. Tom River North is a Group 5.
That's filled with as many FBS caliber talents and all-shore talents as either of those other teams, even though they're
it's going to come down to the end of the year. If RBC win, well, I mean, if they win it, you have to give it to them. But if they don't win it, and somebody else doesn't win it or wins it,
it's only happened a few times. But yeah, if both teams go undefeated, that will be a crazy conversation at the end of the year.
How about Point Borough? How about if Point Borough wins the whole overall Group 2?
Yeah. Again, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Aren't we?
As far
right?
As this week concerned, we got St. John Vianney continuing to move up, Ocean continuing to move up, Middletown North continuing to move up. I think teams are we're starting to really start to get a little more clarity, a little more separation. Colts Neck's been rising up, especially with the Colts Neck victory coupled with the Marlboro loss. I think that, people realize they're on track to win a division title. So the coaches, I think, rewarded them seeing as far as that. Rumson's kind of nudged back into their customary territory a little bit. They keep kind of climbing a little bit higher. They're going to play Middletown South. So, that will get settled.
Quietly, too, right? It's like quietly they're
I think when you're in a division with Donovan and RBC, they kind of overshadow so much of what's going on that, those are some really good games between good teams in the public schools in that division.
Tom River North should be in the American. They should just be in the American.
That's what I would really hope, that that they had realigned them in there this year, because then it would have all got settled. I mean, it would have been borderline unfair in the sense that the team that finished at the bottom or near the bottom might have been a really, really good team, but there's just mathematically not enough wins to get with that many good great teams at the top. But no, you're right. If Tom's River North was swapped with, I would say, Wall right now, then you get all of this settled on the field.
Scott, you know what upsets me, though, from a coaching standpoint, is that the ADs put all the good teams, or let's say all the powerful teams, higher, and then they trickle it down. You look at those 6 teams in the American. If they were spread out like in other years, they all may be champions.
Right.
They all may be champions. Right. So it's.
But I think the other feeling, though, was conversely, too many divisions were lopsided because one of those teams or two of those teams were in these other divisions, and they're 10 times better than everyone in the division, so there's no intrigue there. But no, the American division gets a ton of attention because, half of our top 10 is from this division team. So they did stack it where, the last place, Wall, this will show the respect for that division. Wall is number 17, and they're 0-3. So that's how good coaches think that division is, that a winless team is still considered a top 20 team.
Well, nobody wants to play an American team, and Wall's playing now Howell this week.
This week will be a good week to compare the relative strength of divisions, because it's just a ton of non-divisional games. And then our two of our best teams, Donovan Catholic and RBC, are going to go outside the whole conference and play other top non-publics in the state. So we're going to find out within the shore conference the relative strength between divisions, and then the strength of the shore conference as a whole when two of our flagship teams are going out there to play, you know, two top 15